Salawat upon the Messenger of Allah, his noble companions, the Ahl Bayt, and Rasulullah salatu wasalam's modest wives. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadan wa ala alika wa ashabika wa azwajika wa ulamai ummatika wa shuhadai ummatika wa awliyai millatika ya Rasulullah ya Habiballah. All thanks and praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We seek His help and forgiveness, and we seek refuge in Allah from evil within ourselves and the consequences of our evil deeds. Whoever Allah guides will never be led astray, and whoever Allah leads astray will never find guidance. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah alone without any partners, and I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of Allah. Dear respected brothers and sisters who are watching through the social media of the Sufi Council and the Mecca Islamic Center, I greet them with the greetings of peace of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. During these times, as you know, the COVID-19, there is a lockdown and there's a protocol. But dear respected brothers, as you are home, you are listening to the Jummah Bayan and also respecting the government and its mandate. So these bayans will be virtually shown to you at your comfort of your home, so you can at least have the atmosphere and the mahal of the masjid into your home. As we welcome Rabi al-Sani, we welcome the remembrance of Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani radiallahu ta'ala an. This month is very pious and it's a blessing month. As the believers of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah remember Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, Piran ke Pir, Muhyiddin, Sartajon ke Taj, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala. And this month, I will do my best in doing the khutbah and reciting the khutbahs and the disclosures of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. So in today's khutbah, this is the khutbah of Ghaus al-Azam, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala an. Qutb al-Aqtab, Sayyid al-Sahadat, Shaykh al-Mashayikh, Ghaus al-Samdani, Mahbub al-Sabhani, Sultan al-Awliya, Abu Muhammad al-Sayyid, Shaykh Muhyiddin Abdul Qadir al-Jilani radiallahu ta'ala anhu has said, when the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is tested with the trial, his first impulse is to cope with it by himself. In his own effort, get him nowhere. He will look for help from other human beings, such as people in power, important officials, men of influence and means. And when he is ill, he will look for medical doctors. If he still obtains no relief, he would then turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through prayers of supplication, humility, and offering of praise. As long as he finds it possible to manage of his own problems, he will not seek help from other people, and while human help is available, he does not make efforts to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Having finally begged from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only to find apparently no help seems to be forthcoming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he throws himself down at his doorsteps, begging, pleading, entering, offering praise and submitting his needs to fear with hope. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not grant his acceptance to his supplication and ignores him, he then has reached the end of his tolerance. Only then does he experience the effect of the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the action of his work. So this servant passes beyond material needs and beyond his needs and behavior to survive as spirit alone. Since he now sees nothing but the truth of al-haq in action, he becomes of necessity a total convinced believer in the divine oneness of Tawheed, affirming that in reality there is no agent but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no dynamic, no static force apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no good or evil, no loss or gain, no giving or withholding, no opening or closing, no death or life, and no honor or disgrace except in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His status comes to resemble that of a suckling baby in the arms of a nurse, a corpse in the hands of a washer of the dead, or a ball on the receiving end of a polo player. Mallet rolled and spun and knocked around, though inert in itself of imparting no motion to other bodies. Gone forth from his own self into his master's work, he now sees nothing but his master and his work, and neither hears nor comprehends from any other source. If he perceives it all, if he does not hear and learn, his speech is what he listens to, his knowledge, and what he comes to know. His favors is he enjoys through his nearness to prosperity, through his proximity. He is graced and honored. By his promise, he is pleased and reassured of what he feels. Dear respected brothers, this is the khutbah of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, making you understand that tawakkul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how important it is to gain proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only asking for help to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhir dawana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.